There's something about this time of year that feels like a fresh start. After months of cold, quiet days, spring arrives kind of gently, the warmer light stretching further into the evening and the sound of birds returning, little green shoots pushing up through the soil. Everything feels new again. And so today feels like the perfect time for a spring reset. A slow and steady refresh of deep cleaning, tending to the garden, and making the house feel lighter, fresher, and ready for this new season. It's one of those jobs where I don't know entirely where to start, so I think I'm just going to start with raking some of the beds out. I feel a little bit overwhelmed right now, but the sun is shining, so I'm happy. This just feels like my first time stepping into the garden for such a long time. There are so many dead leaves and dead flowers and plants and all sorts of things to tidy up, but I have no idea where to start, so I'm just gonna start raking out the old leaves, getting out with the old and freshening up the space just a little bit today. Is definitely waking up. There's something so grounding about this time of year and getting my hands into the soil and clearing out the old to make room for the new growth. It's definitely a slow process, but that's what I love about it. Today I've started with simple things, pulling weeds and turning over the soil, checking on the herbs. And somehow it's made it through the winter, which is quite the surprise to me. But soon there'll be more meals made from ingredients grown just steps from the kitchen door, and that always feels like a bit of magic for me. We are freshening up the counters today with a new scent from Purdy and Fig, and it's got orange tints to it, and it's just so fresh and reminds me of new, fresh things to come. So I've been enjoying cleaning with that today. Cleaning always feels like more than just tidying. It's like clearing away the last remnants of winter and making space for what's come. But today I'm absolutely starting small, opening the windows, letting the fresh air move through the house, dusting off forgotten corners and scratching off those stubborn stains on the dining room table. I've started switching out heavier winter linens for lighter fabrics. Things like soft florals and light cottons. Gentle patterns that make the space feel fresh and inviting. And little by little, the house feels brighter. I'm going to start today by washing out these linens. They've got stains all over them, so it'll be nice to give them a good old deep wash. There's something about a cosy cottage home that just feels welcoming, and it's not about perfection, it's just about warmth and comfort and creating a space that feels lived in and loved. And I think one of the easiest ways to bring that feeling into a home is through layers. The soft linen curtains and a wool throw draped over the sofa, a mix of striped and floral cushions. I just think that the more textures, the cozier it feels. And I also think it's about nature too, bringing in fresh flowers and a basket of herbs by the kitchen window, or even just a simple bowl of fruit on the table. These little touches make a home feel connected to the seasons. I love collecting vintage and homemade pieces, sort of a chipped ceramic mug or a well-worn wooden cutting board and an old lamp with a warm glow. They just tell a story to me, and it's what makes a home feel so special. I absolutely am also a believer in lighting, that it makes all the difference too. Instead of just bright overhead lights, I really like to mix in soft table lamps and flickering candles, or even fairy lights for a warm and inviting feel. And of course the kitchen is the heart of a cozy home. For our kitchen renovation that it's coming in just about a month now, we are going for open shelves with stacked plates, and I'm gonna do linen tablecloths, and we, of course, being so British, always have a pot of tea, always ready to pour. And it's those everyday moments that feel just a little bit more special when the space around them is intentional. But you mustn't forget that a cozy home isn't something you create overnight. It's something that grows with time, just layer by layer, season by season. It becomes a reflection of the life lived inside of it. I just love using plain vinegar and water on my windows when I'm cleaning them. I have tried fancier products, and I've tried newspaper and all sorts of different things. I don't really tend to have newspaper on hand much these days, and I've just found that vinegar and some kitchen roll just is the best solution. I am intrigued though by those wonderful looking Hoover vacuum sucky things for the windows, that they just look incredible. And I'm all about labour saving devices to make running a home feel a lot easier. I always find that spring cleaning isn't just about tidying up, it's about making room, not just in cupboards and drawers, but in our mind as well. And there's something about clearing away the clutter that makes everything feel a little bit lighter and a little fresher. I'm starting with all those little things, the places I walk past every day, but never quite get to, especially with 3 under 4. Like the tops of picture frames and the shelves that collect dust and the skirting boards that somehow always seem to gather little trails of crumbs and fluff. They're not the most obvious places, but they do make all the difference. I've been trying to simplify what I keep out on display and choosing only the things that feel really special to me or to us as a family, or bring us joy. And I've been loving a little stack of well-loved books, obviously a fresh vase of flowers, preferably from the garden as all the exciting little flowers are coming through, but mostly it's still from the shops at this point in time. I like a nice natural candle that smells like sunshine, or the laundry on the line. And I think when we surround ourselves with things we truly love, home just feels more like home. in seasons always reminds me to switch things up a little bit, and it always feels quite exciting. Things like lighter blankets on the beds, or fresh pillowcases that smell like something you love. I love vanilla or lavender or something. And swapping out winter's darker, richer colours for softer and sunnier hues. Even the simple act of flipping a rug or changing the curtains makes everything feel new again. One of my favourite things to do at this time of year is freshen up the air in the house. Not just by opening windows, but with homemade sprays, just a little water and some lemon or essential oils, maybe a drop of lavender oil. It makes every room just feel like it's been kissed by spring. It's so delicious. And I just try not to rush the process. Some days it's just one small job at a time. Rearranging that drawer, folding the linens, wiping down the kitchen table with warm soapy water, and that's enough. Because spring isn't about trying to get every single thing done, and I hope you don't feel pressured by that at all. But just think about how you can create a space that feels calm and fresh and ready for a new season ahead. This bureau dresser is one of my absolute favourite things to clean, not because it's an easy clean, there are lots of nooks and crannies, but because I just think it's so beautiful. We inherited it from Josh's grandma, and I just love looking at it. I think it brings some depth to the lounge. We have quite a white and bright lounge at the moment, and I'm trying to bring depth in, so I love that this is home to lots of books and some special glasses. It's just a really special piece in the family, and I love bringing in pieces that mean something, and I'm trying to hold on to family pieces as much as possible, and try and make them work in the home because there's just so much meaning to them, and I love what they represent as well. And it's not all about the stuff, of course, the memories would still be there without the stuff, but it is quite special when something that you find incredibly beautiful lines up with being a big part of the family and it's got lots of memories attached. So I really like this thing. I had plans for such a long, beautiful video for you guys, but life got a little in the way of my cleaning schedule this week. I've been spending lots of time looking after my babies, my children, and just trying to keep up with the day-to-day. So I'll be back next week with a longer video for you guys, and we've got some exciting renovations taking place and some projects that I can't wait to share with you. But for now, I love you, thank you for being here, and I do hope to see you soon. Have a blessed week.